Hold on, guys. Let me add Deke back to the call.
Group chat calling.
Not y'all still on FaceTime.
All right, I want to pivot the conversation a little bit. What are other unpopular opinions do you have?
When adult, they don't call your boyfriend or whatever when you're of a certain age. Like, you may say that's your boyfriend, but the adults are like her little friend, type of vibe. How do y'all feel about that in general, at not just when you're a child, because obviously that's kind of understood because I is your little friend, but in general about somebody addressing you as that now being like older, if they address you as that, like, oh, so-and-so's little friend.
Now,
Maybe not little friend, but even if they say so-and-so's friend.
They want to get slapped up. They want to get slapped up. And that's that. Are you kidding me? The only thing little is my size, baby. Nothing else, but...
I mean, I can't say I but yeah, I get what you say.
But don't, even if that's the case, I'm not even playing. Don't even talk about my height when it comes to size either. I don't want to hear none of that. Don't call me nobody little friend. Are you kidding? That is disrespectful as an adult. I can understand adolescents or younger.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I feel like that is disrespectful. You don't got respect for me because at the end of the day, you should at least be like something better than little friend. Maybe just friend. This is so-and-so's friend, and that's it. The little
like if
adds
they
a little
aren't
bit
comfortable
of...
with...
You trying to be
just
funny.
Me?
Yeah.
Is it just me? Am I
think you just trying to be funny for real because like...
She said, am I projecting? She's like, did I get a little hostile or...
Like, hold on. Is it just a me thing, guys, or do you guys agree? Or I'm on the island alone?
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I definitely agree on that for sure.
I think another unpopular opinion that isn't necessarily my unpopular opinion is that some people who may call you so-and-so's friend or so-and-so's little friend, in their mind, some people really, again, unpopular opinion, but some people really do believe, okay, well, you aren't married, so y'all ain't nothing, but y'all ain't nothing. That's an unpopular opinion, but that's really how certain people and certain age brackets look at it. You're not married, so that's your friend.
Honestly,
unpopular opinion, but it's
honestly, I see that, and
yeah.
Now I can see that more. Yeah, now at this age, and
I get it to an extent, but at the same time, I feel like you can always feel the vibe off of whomever is saying it, because some people do actually say it with some type of hidden animosity or, a hidden innuendo or some innuendos behind it. Like, you're playing in my face. You're definitely playing in my face.
No, because I feel like using it in that way is more about like 90% hidden animosity and about 10% you just not knowing how to properly like phrase what you're trying to say. Articulate,
mm-hmm.
Right. That's what I get. Because I feel like putting
a label, a title
in front of it, I feel like automatically makes it seem like you're being like away. That's like calling someone a little girl and they're an adult. You're like, you're a little girl, or you know what I mean? Like you don't utilize that.
Yeah.
Unless you're...
I get what you're saying. That's just like, I don't like if somebody tries to give you a compliment and they're like, oh, I like your new little car. And my car's not little.
Right.
And what are you talking about? So, yeah, I get that.
Right.
Like, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like when people do that, period. That's just what it is. I don't like that little stuff.
It's a very diminishing term.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Okay, so piggybacking off of that unpopular opinion, how do you guys feel about on the other end of the spectrum, the people who, let's say you're in a relationship, that's your boyfriend, that's your girlfriend, and like they call, you already know where I'm going with it, and they say, oh, this is so-and-so's fiance, but that's your boyfriend, or this is so-and-so's, fiance, husband, wife, blah, blah, blah. they already put that on you, even though that's not the phase that you guys are in your relationship.
So,
how do you guys feel about that?
For me, I personally think that it's better to play it up than to play it down in certain situations. Like if you're introducing, or if I'm like asking you to bring your person with you, and I don't know if that's your girlfriend or fiance, but I know you guys are like in close. That's just me not knowing. And I say, this actually happened recently. Let me just give the backstory. So my mom has a work son and she has a work daughter. Don't know, she always doing extra. But anyway, her work son.
Don't do my eye. Don't do my eye.
Because why do you have work kids? Like you already got 3.
Leave her alone.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let her have it because they're really nice. And yeah, but so she told
work kids is crazy, Auntie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Work kids is crazy. Thank you. Now you got work cousins, y'all. Like, come on. You know what I mean? It just doesn't.
Chill. We're not going that far. They're not the work cousins. They're not the, unless y'all listening to the pod, y'all not the work cousins, period.
Right.
Exactly.
So we were on FaceTime when she was at work right before she started, and he was there, and we were saying hi, talking about Thanksgiving. And I told him to come and bring his fiance, but I didn't know if that was his fiance or his girlfriend. I just know. So I said fiance, but that's just his girlfriend. But I said I would rather have said that than to be like, oh, bring your girlfriend if she was your fiance. So I think it depends on the type of situation. I've had people be like, oh, this is so-and-so's fiance, to introduce me to someone just because they're being respectful. But I can also understand not wanting to be called more than what you are. So
I agree with you 100%. But here's why my initial reaction is I don't like it. It's the same thing as why buy the cow when you get the milk for free. It's the same thing as playing house. It's the same thing as what are we? Because you're doing all the girlfriend, boyfriend things without being the girlfriend or the boyfriend.
I was just about to say that.
Amani's about to jump out of her skin. You
so
guys
that's
can't see.
why. But that's exactly why I do not like it. These names, these titles, these labels hold significance for a reason. There's a reason why when women are finally married or men are finally married, they say my wife, my wife, my wife, my husband, my husband, my husband. Because I put in the work. This is a celebration. This is an achievement for us, right? Now, what we not going to do is play house. You're not going to keep saying my wife, my wife, my wife, and you ain't putting a ring on it.
That's a fact.
You're not going to keep saying my girl, my girl, my girl, and we ain't official.
Yeah.
You're still out here talking to Betty Sue and Mary Lynn.
Okay, Betty Sue.
I don't know if y'all know anybody named that, but y'all cool.
Right. If y'all out there.
But to kind of break it down a little bit, I do understand Di'Azia's point 100%, and I agree with her. I think that in instances of, an introduction or just expressing, someone's relationship to another, it's better to go over than it is to go under, because then you can fall into the whole little trap of it being disrespectful when you really don't mean for it to be, right? But at the same time, I think that the little issue is an external issue in regards to there's no respect for my relationship. There's no respect for me as a person. You got them out here playing in my face, right? Now, the going over kind of scenario where you're calling this person my husband or this person my wife and they're not yet, or my fiance and they're not yet, is an internal issue. Because how long have we been together that now people are calling you my fiance, or now people are calling you my husband or my wife?
Seeing that progression in our relationship.
That's a fact. That's when they start to get comfortable.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Do your part, Pookie. That's it.
I'm so happy you brought that up. And I think that is so important, especially with dating in this time period, I would say. I don't know if it's just where we grew up, like Connecticut boys/men, or if it's like a everywhere thing, because on TikTok I be seeing people be getting engaged and like be getting married and stuff. But when it comes to Connecticut, we don't really I don't really see that often. It's kind of rare for that step to be had, and I don't know if it's like our culture here. Like, where we live. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I get it. It makes complete sense. And I really think, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like marriage is generational. Like, I don't think anybody can tell me that it's not. Granted, there are the individuals who have never seen a successful marriage. They've never seen any marriage, period. They've seen forever boyfriends and forever girlfriends or situationships that have gone on for decades. But you are way more likely to get married, right? And strive for a healthy marriage if you have seen one executed, or the home in which you were raised in valued healthy marriages, because there are tons of single parent households who still express the beauty of marriage. Meanwhile, because I've heard it time and time again from my peers, my boys, my cousins, their parents, whether they be together and just never married, or they're growing up in a single parent household, really say some very condescending things about healthy relationships. Men are whipped, boys are whipped.
Oh my gosh, please.
They can't, whatever all the sayings be. Those are so degrading, and they make these young men and young women not want to be married. It makes them feel like they are less of a person or less of themselves if they do that, as if they can't exist without that other person. Baby, you're just mad you don't have another person to exist with. I'm done. Okay.
I'm going to say, because that could be literally a whole episode on its own. Because yes, and yes. Literally, yes. Oh, skin crawling. Can't do it. I don't like it.
I don't like it. Like, it's so degrading. How dare you? How dare you? But you wasn't telling your little LeBron wannabe that he ain't never gonna be LeBron.
Okay, you weren't being honest.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Where was the honesty then? Okay, where was the truth spilling then?
Where was the criticism then? Right.
Help us on today.
I really just don't like bitter people raising children. There's something about it that really breaks my heart. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Y'all raise y'all kids. Go ahead, raise.
Unpopular opinion. Go.
No. Nope. Raise y'all kids. Then kids unlearn what you learned.
That's the part. No, literally, that is the part.
Men, women, unlearn.
Everybody.
What you learn.
Because a lot of times, just like we talked about before, a lot of the things that you have become accustomed to do not serve you anymore. It's time to look through that little toolbox that you've created, start throwing out them rusty screwdrivers, them rusty wrenches, pick you up some new ones from Lowe's, Home Depot. There's a lot of stores out here. And build it again, because the ones that you were given are not serving you. You cannot build a sturdy bed with the screws and the tools that you have been given. Mm-hmm. It's time for you to build a new toolbox. 100%. I'm with you on that. Everybody, tonight's homework, if you are listening, is to reevaluate your toolbox. Okay? Reevaluate it.
Right.
No, I do feel like that is something so important, and I realized that as of recently, as at my age of 27 years old now. So that's so, I'm happy that I realized that now, and we understand that at the mid 20s, that's a good time period, I feel like, for us to realize that, because I feel like a lot of people, or like our moms and that generation, are just realizing that stuff now at their age, and they're older than us. So I feel like we are doing a very good job at acknowledging and understanding the patterns that we have individually.
Yeah. An unpopular opinion, mama doesn't always know.
That's true too.
That's true.
And I am so appreciative. Shout out to my mom if you're listening, girl.
Yeah, shout out to Big H. We love you, girl.
Shout out to all the moms
you
out
really
there.
did your big one. You were so honest and so open, and you provided a space for me to be able to also teach you some things and be open to developing with me as I evolved, and as I learned different ways of thinking and whatever, and I became the person I am with the aid of you, of course. You were open to that change and adjusting the way that maybe you handled situations, and you were just honest with me. Like, you lived your life open as a parent really should. Obviously, there's certain things your kids should not see, but you lived your life so open for me to be able to kind of, pick and choose the things that, okay, I want to mimic that. I'm going to leave this one over here, but I'm going to mimic this little couple of 5 things over here. Yeah. And then I'm going to put my twist on the other 10. Yeah. I really appreciate you. Big Barb. Well, the little Barb, because Big Barb is grandma, so little Barb.
Yes. Yes.
Love you, girl.
And shout out to Big Meech for taking the charge and reparenting, so that way we didn't have to reparent ourselves on our own. I think a lot of parents are very prideful and feel as though they can never acknowledge where they did slip up or where they did mess up or they were ill-advised because this is what they had experienced growing up or how they were raised. Shout out to you, girl, for acknowledging that, mama don't always know best. They try their best.
100%.
They use what they have, but it may not be right, no matter which way you flip it, or it just is what it is. So shout out to you for taking on the journey of reparenting, so that way we don't have to reparent ourselves. Love you, girl.
Okay, period.
Real bad.
No, it's so true.
No, honestly, that's sidebar. Love you, Meech. We done with that part of the conversation. But no, I think it's really, really sad how many adults have to reparent themselves because they were led by whatever type of parents they were led by. Our parents go through their own walks and their own journey that make them who they are. So you can't really, I try not to blame parents for the impact that they've had on their children entirely, because some of it is just the runoff of their trauma and their life experiences. But a lot of grown men and women out here have to really do deep work to realize why they are so triggered by things that don't have anything to do with the people that are around them currently, right now in this day and age, right? And they have to do that without the person who caused the trauma. When the parent is still alive and breathing and you're constantly being re-triggered by the person who initially gave you that trauma, intentionally or not, it makes it very hard for you to grow, because every time you come back into that setting and into that space, it's like starting over again. It's like being a child again. Now, when you have a parent who can acknowledge their faults along the way, granted, my mama was young, so a lot of her faults was because she literally was learning herself as she was learning me, as she was learning to parent, as she was learning to walk through life. That's a lot of learning. It's exhausting, right? My mother is still here, young, alive and well. For her to go through that journey with me, I no longer am triggered. I will not be triggered when I go back to my mother's home, right? Because we are doing the work together. She's still parenting me. She didn't stop parenting me when I turned 18.
Right.
So she's still parenting me, and then she's going back and maybe reneging is not the right word to use here, but kind of pulling back some of those things that she instilled in me as a child. Like, no, that was wrong.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep abiding by that law in your life. It was wrong. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents.
Shout out to all the parents out there that evolve as your children evolve.
No, that's right. And I love to hear that, because I just love to see. I know personally how good it feels to hit moments like that, and I'm growing from certain situations, or basically feeling like I'm starting a new life because I've decided to disconnect myself from a moral I thought was correct growing up or something like that. So the way I feel so happy and proud, I love hearing that our moms are taking those steps and doing that for themselves, because I'm hoping that it feels as good to them as it does for me to just kind of basically start your life and like put it how it's going to be. Like, I woke up, I had my birthday, I woke up the next day and literally felt like I was a whole different person. And I don't know if that happens just because I turned 27. A lot of people say 27 is the age where you evolve and your brain changes, or, you just, everything's like there. And I feel like a whole different person. I can't even.
Is it just me, or do they say that about every birthday?
They do.
I feel like they kind of do, because I feel like they say that about 25.
No,
and then I feel like they say that
heard.
about after you cross the 25 mark. I don't know. And then
Yes,
30.
I'm starting to
that's
be
crazy.
concerned.
So
I think
wait, no.
40.
Everybody's just
let me
figuring it out.
clarify.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
clarify, because what I've always heard was that when you're around the age of 26, 27, like 28, those like years, obviously everyone's different, but a lot of them say don't get married before that age. Like I hear that a lot. Don't get married before 27 age, because you have a brain alter, like your brain alters around that time. So they say a lot of people make like a change or whatever if they get married young, and then they grow up, make a change, and then down the line they don't even know who they are because they're just going with the flow basically. They say at 27 is when you should look into that, like getting married or whatever that is. So I don't know if that's just what I've always heard, so I just have that in my head, but I never really heard it for any other ages personally.
See, I've definitely heard that argument a couple of different times on a couple of different platforms, but see, my belief in what marriage is and what marriage should be, you becoming a new person, quote unquote, because as much as you possibly can, I guess psychologically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should not signify the end of your marriage.
Well, yeah, but I don't think
I can go way.
I think it's more so connected to feeling like you made, like, I don't know, people that made a change and down the line, not like that happened and they immediately were like, oh, I'm not married.
I get 100% the sentiments. Like, I absolutely get it. But for me, if I'm committed to this person, you becoming the more evolved version of you, whatever that may be, unless if it is completely like 180
like
from the
change.
morals
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Then
something different.
We're gonna have to make something else shape, because that
makes sense. And I think the best marriage advice I've ever heard, I'm not married, but just having conversations with people who are married, the best advice I've ever heard, and I will carry this forever in the back of my mind and my heart and all of those things, is saying the day you say yes to every version that person may become. So I'm in agreement with what you're saying, Winter, about just in general, like that should not, your person going through a change should not be the end all be all. I'm like, okay, marriage over, done deal.
Right, exactly.
But I get you. I'm with you on that.
But I do 100% get it on a psychological standpoint. And then when I've heard it before on these other platforms, I understood it then too. I just think for me, marriage is deeper than that. I personally do believe in soulmates, multiple different, across the array and spectrum of all the soulmates. You have friend soulmates, you have, all of the above. But when you find somebody, like when you find your person, whomever that may be, me turning 27 and fully becoming cognizant of who I am as an individual, I really truly hope that when I wake up at 27, I'm not a like to the point where I don't recognize myself. So like when I hear that argument, that's kind of how I think, well, how different are you?
I think it really just depends on the person. They could have been in a marriage already that wasn't even the best, and then they have that. I don't think it has to. I fully understand, and I completely agree with both of you from your perspective of that's your person, you're with them through everything, all the changes, ups, downs. So I fully get that, and that's the side I'm on. But I think that there's so many, different people with different lifestyles that a lot of people that already have maybe having a poor marriage, they hit this bracket of age, who knows, maybe it is 30, maybe it is 25, but they hit that bracket of age. Most of the time I hear it says 27, and they really wake up and they're like completely different. I can understand psychologically, I can understand it being a thing, because I feel like I can't even feel how I did a week ago. And that could sound,
I respect it.
and I know that sounds crazy, but that's the best way I can explain it. Like a situation that would occur that, say it happened to me last week, if it happened to me again today the exact same way, I bet you I wouldn't even respond to it the same, because I don't know, I just feel so like more like calm in my like sure myself, I guess, but without trying. I just feel that way. Like that's the best way I can describe.
Okay, so that brings up
the change.
A question, right? Now, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I do want to get your opinions on it. Do you believe that each year we become more of ourselves? Like, as you mature and you start to understand you've lived a little bit more year after year, do you feel as though you become more of you? I don't know how to like fully articulate it, but it's like each year that I'm on this earth and each year that I mature, I feel more secure in who I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely feel like I think each year I feel there's another layer that's like fully revealed, right? I mean, I've seen little specks of it, you know, maybe in my character or in my, you know, whatever. But I think each year there feels like there's this new layer that's fully revealed. Like, okay, you've seen little specks, but no, this is really like who you are at your core. This is part of you. So I think, yeah, I agree. I agree to that.
Yeah, I definitely completely agree with that as well. You definitely get mature as the years go on. So it's like now it's like you're really seeing how you would or how you can. Because I feel like even if you are changing, but you are trying to improve yourself, you're always trying to make yourself better, like as a person in general. So it's like it's gonna be there regardless.
Yeah, that is the goal, right? Some people don't do that.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it works like that for everybody, but
yeah, this is my opinion.
And I think it differs between women and men.
I agree with you. I
think it differs between women and men also, but that's a different conversation for another day.
So
not so much on the men,
I feel like I can agree with what you're saying, but I personally, like, my personal opinion in life, I don't think that each year I'm like, do you mean year as in like each birthday year, or like year like the full year?
No, girl, I don't. Okay, so here's the thing. My birthday is too close to the start of the new year, so I've never counted. And Tanaja's laughing because she probably knows this, but I do not count the new year as a new year. My birthday is always my new year. I always count it as my 25th year of life, my 26th year of life.
But I actually count it a little differently after I looked into how basically when it's your birthday, that's you completing a year. So I just completed my 27th year, but I'm going into this is my 28th year. And then my birthday is the 28 mark. So I will say, yes, I'm walking in my 28th year of life and I don't got time.
Period.
I don't.
Snaps on
Dang,
that.
when you say like that, baby, you almost 30.
All right. And I'm happy.
She's ringing the doorbell at this point. She's ringing the doorbell. What was that? A little analogy we had before? Yeah. She's ringing the doorbell.
I am. And honestly, I'm happy that it's approaching. I am. A new decade. I'm not even going to complain.
Oh, you shouldn't. It's a beautiful thing.
But it does sound crazy that is my age. Like, I feel like I need to, like, what am I doing?
She's about to go down the rabbit hole, people. She's about to go down
Oh, God. It's much of the crash out.
It's the way she's doing. I wish you guys could see.
It was the neck pop.
Because what am I doing? Like, if I'm already 28, I'm already 30. So what am I doing?
See, I told you what you said the other day.
Didn't I say how we round up? Like, that is what we do.
Yeah, it's what we do. It's so true. Look, I'm 28. I'm 30.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, my 30th
I know
birthday
people
is
be tired of
tomorrow.
hearing me say it, but I'm going to remind them all the time that you're only getting older, baby. You're not getting younger. Like, stay young at heart, but I'm going to be the one to remind you, you're pushing 30. Like, what are you doing? Like,
no, for sure.
I'm pushing 30. I don't got time to
At
play.
all.
Like, you're pushing 40.
Yeah.
Make something shade.
No, it's so true. I'm with you on that.
Facts.
You know, the clock in my head runs 50 times faster than the real clock. So
I was about to say very fast.
yeah, I'm going to
Very
say, I
fast.
already know how my brain gives it up. So
I'm actually very grateful that my brain is not like that. I feel like I'd be so worried about everything
I'm
so much
grateful for you
already.
as well.
No,
Actually.
I'm glad I have your perspective from it, but I wouldn't be able to do it. Like me myself, the way my brain is already, no. God knew not to set me up like that. Like God, I thank you, because yes.
So you trying to say I'm wired funny or no, I was kidding.
No, I just think like I feel like I already overthink everything that I'm doing, like when I have to do something. But if I overly thought about my future, I feel like that would be too much for myself to handle. Overthinking everything else and my future, I would not. You know what I mean? Just personally. I'm just trying to like
One thing
think
I
about
will
it in that
say is
way.
but I will say having seen both sides of the spectrum, as in like me personally being a planner and analyzer and overthinker and everything in between, to now me walking in my season of it really is what it is. Let God have his way. Baby, I'm going to do my part and let God do the rest. Because I have been severely stressed out. I had an ulcer at 18, suffer from panic disorder. For what? Just literally because I'm stressing myself out. Like, it really makes no sense. So it took me being in a season of, okay, well, now you can't do nothing. You're not going to work. You're not going to school. Everybody is busy, so you're not talking to anyone on a day-to-day basis, to really sit in that silence. And then I don't know if it was a conscious effort or more so succumbing to my circumstances. Like, all right, well, we're here.
No, that's a fact.
And I'm going to be here with you. I'm going to be here in this season with you, right? I'm going to be here in this season with you, Lord. But as I started to come out of that season, I really started to realize that I have this inner peace that I don't believe anybody can really shake. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to have my moment.
Of course. 100%.
My temper has always been a temper, okay?
We battle it every day.
Okay? But I'm very unmovable as opposed to the facade of, ooh, that was probably real loud. Sorry, y'all, I done banged on this microphone. But as opposed to the facade that I used to portray of having it together, being okay, and in the inside, I'm really like shaking up, boiling. Now I really feel like the outside might show it more than I really feel it on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my face, we're working on that.
Yeah.
But in my brain, when chaos gets to doing what it do, and when life gets to life in, right, I'm at a beach somewhere tropic. You feel me? Waves splashing on the shore. Like I really be chilling nowadays.
She said, I found my happy place.
I literally have found my happy place. And it's so crazy because when they used to, I don't know if you guys had like that set, like, where they taught you in elementary school how to control your emotions and they tell you things. Baby.
She said, it's finally working.
I wish it would have worked then.
Who flipped the switch? It's finally on.
Oh my goodness, the lights are on. People are home. Like, I get it. I really, truly get it. But having seen both sides, definitely will encourage you, my good sis, to find that happy place.
My happy place, genuinely, honestly, if I'm being honest, I know that church is different for everybody, and that's a different conversation. But just in terms of my happy place, it's not necessarily the building of me going to church, but every Sunday I feel a genuine spiritual reset. Like that's my reset. I get to really like release everything. And it's not, like I said, just me going to the building. One, it's my specific, church home. It is a cultivated space where I am really able to really release the things that I need to release and be poured back into and restart my week essentially. And when even throughout the week, obviously that's just one day, right? But I'm telling you, if you work the system works, right? No, but for me it works. And in the moments that I need a pick me up, essentially, as I have been getting older, my safe place is really me sitting. I always say this, but like, it sounds crazy, but me sitting in the dark and really just having an open and honest conversation. There's nobody but me in the room, obviously. So, but it's really that, like, that is I don't have a place that I can close my eyes and just be like, I'm there. But whether it's even in my office, some days when it just feels like too much, I close that office door and I just cut everything off. And I'm just like, okay, look, this is the tea. I need to release this. Like, that's my way. Maybe talking out loud, a form of prayer, just different things like that. That is my happy place. I guess it more so centers me, if that's a better way of putting it. That's like my centering.
Yeah.
That's what I have found that works for me. Again, everybody's methods are different. It would be nice to be able to just close my eye. Not saying it just like that, but like, it would be nice to close my eyes and go to a happy place. But that doesn't shut my brain down enough.
It's the mindset shift.
It doesn't shut my brain down enough.
And not saying that you gotta do that.
No,
your
yeah,
mindset
yeah.
is your mindset, right? That's the way you walk through life. But I'm just saying, having seen both sides of the spectrum, I'm on D's block, baby. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's so much more peaceful over here.
It's so much more peaceful on this side.
And I love this for you guys. I really, really do. I think I've been teeter-tottering the last couple of years. Well, not even the last couple of months, if we're being honest. I don't think I fully crossed over, but
That's all right.
Me and the Lord, we're gonna work it out.
You don't have to. That's what we're here
Yeah.
for. Yeah. Monty, where you at, Boogie?
I felt hurt with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with T with this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm with T with this one. I feel like my
Not surprised. Not surprised.
also
but
that I can add to what she said. All right, not too much now. Not too much.
Boom, boom, boom. Pew, pew, pew.
Also,
y'all are aggy.
Also,
Go ahead,
what I
Monty.
can add to that is I feel like my safe place is me just sitting in my car parked up somewhere in the car by myself. Because I do a lot of talking to myself too. So I felt that. Like, I'm heavy on that. Like, I be overthinking to myself. That's why when I'm in the car, most times I be forgetting to put on music because I'm thinking. Like, I'll be in the car
That's
dead
me
silent.
lately. Driving in silence.
Like, just thinking about mad stuff. Literally everything. Like, everything.
No, it's a
But-
fact. I feel you on that. I
Right.
drive in silence all the time.
We done talked about everything.
No, we
this
really
episode,
did.
y'all.
I think it was a
We
great,
done went from
a great circle.
we went from the check-in to I don't even know what was in between check-in and unpopular opinions. Then we went on a little tangent
The
about
dogs.
parenting. The dogs. Forgot about the dogs, Boogie.
We touched on a little
Then
bit.
we started talking about parenting, a little bit of everything. Now we over here coming talking about mindset. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, we also talked about being illiterate. There's that.
we definitely touched on that for sure.
Yeah.
We did. We
Dabbling and
did.
dabbling
We
for real.
did. And Karma been whipping my tail
Ever
ever since. She
since.
just kept my mouth shut.
You should never pull them stats up.
At
That's the
all.
problem. It rubbed off on your
Pull out
finger
my
when you rubbed
phonic
it down.
cards.
Right. Where is my baby's skull? Let me go find her flashcards for you.
Honestly,
what a time though.
Yeah, we talked about a
no,
lot, y'all.
this chat was good. This chat ate.
Y'all got a real insight on what the actual group FaceTimes are like, because this is literally what it's like.
Girl, all over the place.
All over
And then
the
all
it's
over
like,
the
okay,
place.
good
And then
night.
back. And then back.
Right.
Yeah,
And
literally,
don't try to tell us
literally.
that this episode is all over the place because we not.
Y'all better keep up. Thank you. Take your notes.
Exactly.
Sometimes y'all just need a little vent
Yeah,
sesh. That's it. That's all,
exactly.
right?
So comment something that is random on your mind that you need to just
Literally.
let out, that you're comfortable with sharing with the world, and put it in the comments. DM us,
Exactly.
share it with us so we can share your, or even if it's an unpopular opinion that you have, let us know.
Yes.
Yes,
And make
definitely.
sure
yes.
that on every single streaming platform, you give us a follow, as well as leave us a review and give us some stars on the bottom. You can give us 5 stars. We would appreciate that. But if you really don't want to, that's
You
fine. But
can.
like 5 is great. But reviewing helps us a lot. You know, it helps us stay, comments helps us stay engaged with you guys. So we just want to have you guys join the chat, join the call. Do you guys have anything else that you guys want to dish out before we go? No.
I'm tired. This is the
Love
most I
y'all, be
probably
blessed.
ever talked.
All right. So thanks for tuning in
Yes.
to another episode of Group Chat Calling. We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks for hanging with us on Group Chat Calling. Ready to make it official? Join the group and be a part of the convo every Wednesday. Hit that follow button so you never miss a call. Catch you next week.